And we're off and running as Frances has won the toss and she's elected to break off. And I'm joined in the booth by the great Canadian player, Miss Marianne McConnell. How are you doing, Marianne?
I'm doing great, Dave. Actually, all four of these quarterfinals are tough matches. Really nice group. The standard just keeps getting better and better.
Yeah, this is your second year down at this tournament.
That's right.
So is it definitely now always going to be on the calendar?
As long as I can walk. Well, as long as I can see and my back's good. So I think I'm going to actually have cataract surgery this year. So my right eye isn't seeing great. It's cloudy. Nice little safety.
And you've actually traveled a little bit on this World Women's Snooker Tour. You went over to England recently. Is that
I
correct?
did. I was there in May. Yeah, I went right from the ACS Vegas pool tournament, 8 and 9 ball tournament, over to England and played in the Landywood Women's British Open. And it had been 28 years or 29 years since I'd been in England competing.
Wow.
Saw a few people I hadn't seen for 40 years. And a few as well that I hadn't seen for 28 or 29. Yeah. This looks like an opportunity here.
So any plans to go to any other tournaments? Go to Australia?
For
Hong
the
Kong?
for the snooker, it's doubtful. I mean, I would need to have a sponsor for airfare and stuff like that for those faraway places. But I got really fortunate. A friend of mine offered to pay for me to go over to England, and I ended up flying to Vegas, flying to Heathrow, flying back to Comox. So that worked out really well. And I had, on the first day of the Women's British Open, I had my 74th birthday.
Oh, great.
Yeah. So heard a little talk last night that this might not be in August again next year.
I have heard some rumblings of that as well. I think one of the big key factors is lodging.
Right. It's very expensive here in Seattle at this time of the year. Yeah. That makes sense.
You know, as we come from British Columbia, this is the fine time of year, to be outdoors enjoying the sun, and it's a destination spot for a lot of people to holiday.
Yes.
So I think that might encourage a few more players to come over if the lodging is a little bit less expensive.
Yeah, I agree. Even though I've had kindness offered to me both years that I've come here, I've had a nice billet, so. That's been very helpful in terms of lodging for me. Yeah, these are best of 5 in the quarterfinals.
Correct. And also in the semis, but then the final will be a best of 7.
Right. Opened up the reds there. Oni's had the highest break so far. I believe it was 90.
That is correct, yes.
That put her in the top position. I didn't jinx her there.
Yes, that commentator's curse comes up more often than not.
Yeah. She's going to be bridging over these couple of balls here to get at this red. Elevating your cue is never the best. Good strike, though.
Yeah, Francis going to not give up easy chances for Onyee and make good work on... it's got stuck for words there, an opportunity from Onyee.
Oh, she's on the black. Oh, Michael Littman's there. Hello, fine people. He's one of our sponsors on the NWPA, main sponsor. And also here we are in Ox Billiards, which is full of Littman lights. Great lights.
Definitely.
Thanks, Michael.
Ooh, an uncharacteristic miss there. Yeah, this is where Francis needs to take advantage of it. He's definitely aware of the strength that young Onyee brings to the table.
Mm-hmm. This pot. And definitely a shot at the black. A little straight, maybe, to get up for one of these 4 open reds. She's got one in the side now. Nice.
As well, Marianne, I hear you're in the finals of the senior side of this tournament.
I am. How exciting is that?
Yeah, and that goes down tomorrow. So anybody tuning in from up in Canada, get your passport and come down and cheer on Marianne.
I'm going to be playing Tessa Davidson, who I think has won the last 4 senior titles on the tour. That's right. Yeah, just like when I was finishing up playing in England, Tessa was just coming onto the scene. She's like a generation younger than I am. Ooh.
Now, I heard you were talking to a great snooker player on your way down here. Was it a pep talk? What kind of talk was it?
No, know. Rumor has it that Cliff, my old buddy, is going to be coming out to the West Coast in the autumn, and probably have some discussion about him doing something at seniors club that I play at in Courtney. But I think we're also going to try and convince him to come on down here to Ox. Oh, Tess is on a run of 57? 57 break? I think that's what he's pointing at. A little close to her work there.
Yeah, just ran right in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
A bit more would have pushed that black open, pulled up. She would have had the black. So.
Yeah. Nice weight down.
Yeah, good kind of like two-way shot.
Mm-hmm. Got a two-way shot of her own.
Yeah, on you with a 24-12 advantage in this first frame. Best of 5 quarterfinal match. All right, this will move on to Championship Sunday tomorrow here at Ox Billiards in Seattle, Washington.
Just got my eye on that other table there for a second.
Wow, that was a statement shot for sure right there by Anye.
Yes. Yeah, I think Tess made a 58 break, and now no.
Look at that wonderful red. You scratch your head. Was that the same player?
I know. These two are just settling in a little here. First frame. Nice.
As well, I heard when you were over in Britain, you had to sit down with one of the most friendliest ladies on the women's tour.
Yeah.
I recorded a little podcast.
Yeah, it was Shabnam. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I think that's going to air. I think she said in September. She's going to let me know. And it's hard for Canadians to get that BBC podcast, but I'll be posting it up on my Facebook page, so the link will be there for people to use.
You know what? I think I've heard it.
You've already heard it?
It's out there, I think,
Oh.
on iTunes. I have subscribed to the Framed podcast.
She hasn't said anything to me yet. When did you
Uh-oh.
hear it?
A few weeks ago.
Oh, yeah? I hope I didn't say anything too naughty.
No, that's a fantastic interview. Great insights. And
Thank
just about
you.
your history in the game, because you've
Thank
been
you.
around for quite a while.
Yes, I have. And again, that blue is still hanging. Close match, just 10 points difference here. Still 4 reds left on the table. Oh, no, that's the brown.
Cataracts.
It must be. I knew that was a brown. I just gapped out for a sec.
Well, you can, if you declare before a match that you are legally colorblind,
They
you can
have
ask
to
the
tell you.
referee if that's the brown ball.
Right.
But you have to say beforehand. You can't just go mid-match, say, hey, I'm
Oh,
colorblind.
yeah.
What ball is this?
Well, I'm not colorblind. Yeah, my eyes are just aging like the rest of me.
I don't know. You don't look a day over 40.
Oh, thank you. I still feel pretty good. Push these reds toward this pocket. He's got a shot to the side here. Oh, she's gonna try and get her behind the yellow again and see what might come of it. She's got a really good line there, I think. All the choices here. Looks like it could get dodgy for both players. Might end up with a bit of a stalemate. Solve that a little.
She might be okay there. It's a big opportunity here for Francis. Just avoided that double kiss. That could have been disastrous for her.
Actually seen Oni make a few of these balls that have just been right straight down the rail like this. She may try this.
Does look like it's tight to the cushion. And the idea is there, object and cushion at the same time with your cue ball.
Wow, so close. This might be fishing gear time.
Yeah, break out those redwoods.
No. Oh, really? Maybe an extension on the rest and an extension on her cue. Head of the rest up far enough is really important too in this situation. I have a ridiculously long bridge.
Francis, who plays a lot of snooker here at Ox and is local, should know that there is an extension underneath the table. There
Oh,
she
there
goes
it
and
is.
grabs it. Or she's actually putting it onto her cue, so her cue is even that much longer.
Wow.
Interesting. A little unorthodox.
That extension extended. Oh. Making a different choice. I think it might be the long ones in the end here.
Mm-hmm. Or she might be leaning over the table.
Oh. Guessing. Eyes nowhere near over the cue. Makes it. The blue's hanging. Looks like she might be able to spin around a little bit and get back on that red. Oh, just a little bit harder. 6. You can't leave this red here. Oh, nice cut. Mystery shape here.
Definitely with that thin of a cut.
Yeah.
That cue ball was going to be running around the table at a high pace. She's still at the table making this frame interesting. We're going to get down to the colors.
Oh, so close. Beautiful pot.
This might just be too straight on the black. She's on the low side. The natural angle will take her up for the yellow.
Does look pretty straight. Oh, she's going for the pink or for the snooker. Just stop there. Yeah. And takes away some of that rail. This looks like right near the side pocket. Yeah. Oh, second chance.
Ooh.
Second chance. Not hard enough. I don't know if she'll want that put back. It looks like she's got. If the yellow goes, it must
doesn't.
not.
Mm-hmm.
Although the brown is up here at this end of the table, so.
Yeah, possibly just getting those extra points because going green to brown will be tricky.
Yeah.
We definitely, when these players get a second chance in these situations, usually come up successful in a hit.
Again, that really similar spot she hit. Yeah, it looks like she might even. No, I thought she might wick the pink there, but not quite. She's going back again. So now the difference is 12. So this could go on for a few more shots. That looked to me like she put the wrong siding on it. Looks to me if you played this in the same spot she was going at with left, that you would increase the angle coming off that rail. Oh, she's going to try this way now. And the pink. try the same way again. See, that looks like she's put it right again to me. Oh, but she caught a piece of the horn. Still, though, this could go on a while.
Yeah, in the round robin phase, they did have a maximum of 3 attempts, 2 putbacks. But now in the quarterfinals, it's regular rules. So as Marianne said, we could be here for a while. Could be quite costly for Frances.
There. She went before the side pocket, and she has maybe snookered on me. Can you tell from where you're sitting? Oh, no, she must have an edge of it. She's going right for it. Right, so 22 with 27 on the table. Beautiful pot. So this is where you don't want to be too square, too straight in on that green ball. Oh, she's got some angle. She has a shot at the brown here.
Do you take it on, Marianne, or do you go behind the black?
I think I think I would just stick behind the black here. Depends how you're feeling, though. You do have the right angle, but the pink is near the rail, and she needs all the balls. Yeah. How's her weight here? It's a little bounce. This doesn't look too tough. Moves the pink off the rail, and Frances has another snooker opportunity here. Fine shot. Is Brown touching the cushion, or if she hits this half ball on the right-hand side, she can make it?
Just off the cushion, as I can see from our broadcast window.
And okay, where are we at here? 13 difference. 22 left. Kind of a narrow angle into the side. And could be disaster hitting that horn.
Blue is her frame ball. Valiant effort by Frances, that's for sure. She must have been spinning after she gave up so many penalty points, but clawed back. And
Absolutely. Yeah. And
Frances
frame?
will concede that frame.
Yes.
So Anu takes the first frame of this best of 5 by a scoreline of 58-36, and we'll just step aside to hear a word from our sponsors and be right back with frame 2. All right, we're back here at the WineCellars.com U.S. Women's Snooker Open of 2024. The players are just taking a little bit of a comfort break, but our good friend Marianne in the booth will update us on what's happening in the room.
Okay, so Rebecca Kenna is up 1-0 against Molina Ortiz, and Nara is winning 1-0 over Tessa Davidson. And in the other match, Mink is up 1-0 over. Who's she playing? Anu. Anu
From East India, or India.
Yes.
We're back here at our featured match, the TV table.
And Oni is up 1-0 here. So the score is 1-0 on all the tables to all the top seeds at those tables.
So plenty of time to get down here if you're in the Seattle area to Ox Billiards. It's going to be our last batch of matches today. We'll be starting at 10 a.m. Pacific time tomorrow. So mark your clocks to make sure you can tune in. We'll have our first semifinal, then followed by the second semifinal, concluding with the final to see who will be this year's WineCellars.com U.S. Women's Snooker Open champion.
Mm-hmm. And at the same time, I believe that we will have on some of the other tables the final of the seniors and the Challenge Cup for those that didn't make it into the quarterfinals.
So lots of hardware and a lot of cash will be doled out tomorrow. See how our split is. Seems all right. Unfortunately, the black and the pink have kind of gone towards side cushions.
Might end up being a bunch of blue balls made here. Possibly the best shot she's got here is the one that's up table into the side pocket. This goes nicely around the green. Really, really impressed with Oni's long ball potting. It just has been pretty phenomenal. Take another yellow to get back up table here.
Of chance for Francis here.
Yeah, this even looks like a chance to maybe move the pink off the rail too. Is Ash X's brother, father? Who is that?
I believe they're happily married.
Oh, that's who they are. I thought Bex was too young to be married.
No, Ash is the president of the Bex Kenna fan club.
I bet he is.
It was great to meet him at the first year this tournament went on. unfortunately couldn't make it over this year, but hope you're doing well over there, Ash. We miss you, and hopefully we can see you again soon someday.
Well, I'm sure Bex will be back. She has a table named after her here.
And an ox patch on her
Yes.
waistcoat, so your sponsors might be a little bit upset if she passes on this next year.
Exactly. This looks like a pretty good opportunity here. Yeah, I just knocked the pink into some kind of a working position there and played a safety at the same time. That's for later.
Yeah, you always got to think a little bit ahead, but when you're down on the shot, you just take that one shot that's in front of you.
And this might move the black off the rail. She takes it on. Discretion, though. I think she's going to leave her under the green ball.
Well played. Well called, Marianne. You've done this before.
Once or twice.
One saving grace is there's a lot of reds that Frances can hit. The unfortunate part is she wants to make sure everything is safe after this. Doesn't want to leave on you an easy starter.
That doesn't look like the easiest thing to do here because the real cluster is protected by the pink. Yeah, just brushed a red, not too bad. Bucket.
Yeah, that actually quite well done by Frances there.
That worked out.
Could have been a lot worse for her.
Looking at possibly potting this ball to the side pocket. Don't think she'll hit too firmly. She's right on the cushion. Yeah. Nice weight. Right to the bulk cushion. It's hard to say. And he's just got her nose in front here.
It's a tricky shot going off the cushion. It's like on the Hauser red by the pink and the 3 reds there, but the only thing is where's her color afterwards, so.
Yeah, she's going back behind those bulk cushions, bulk colors again. We used to call them the family colors.
The family colors, I've never heard that description
Yeah, the
before.
yellow, green, and brown. The family colors. That might have been a Toronto expression.
Any meaning behind the family, or just someone just said?
Well, they kind of live together down there on the bulk line, so they're
Mm-hmm.
kind of a family because they live together, right?
True.
Definitely not an English expression for it, but uh, old Eastern Canadian speak.
True. Someone was telling me the other day that for pool, there's the shot that's on the cushion. I think they call that a rail shot in pool.
Oh,
And they're like, "Do you have a term for that in snooker?" And I'm like, "I know the philosophy. You hit the cue ball, you use the cue ball to hit the cushion and the object ball at the same time, but I haven't heard it really been called a shot. Maybe a cushion shot. I don't know if it's out there. So
I don't know if there's any term for it that I've ever heard. This looks like didn't really come good on any color here.
no, it was a great red. There's something for it, but unfortunately, it won't be.
Yeah, she's gonna try and nestle in here. Still not much scoring. Now with the black off the cushion, let's see what we got here.
It looks like Uncle Pink has joined the family up there.
Yeah, the family. Yeah. I think that would be anti-pink.
Auntie Pink.
Not meaning contrary. My great aunt Pink. And that was a pretty fine shot there.
I think that's very impressive about Frances is her demeanor never really changed. You don't know if she's winning or losing, happy or sad.
Very calm.
Mm-hmm.
Great shot. What kind of choice she makes here. Black to the bottom right.
It's there, right in the heart.
Beautiful. And two reds to the side pocket. I think the two near the black don't go past the black. And back in position behind the black ball here.
Just ran just a bit too much.
Yeah, just a hair. Just enough to make this awkward. She does still have a red up in behind bulk that she can use to leave Francis in trouble again. There's traffic in front of it, though.
Mm, 23-point advantage for Anye. But with the black on the spot, that could quickly evaporate. Francis can put a nice break together.
Looks like all three of these colors go, the brown, green, or pink. Nice shot. That one red that looked like it was the loose one. Very near the pink.
A few more rolls. It's a tricky shot for Anye, going from one side of the table to the other. But as Marianne has said, she's been very impressed by Anye's long potting.
Hex. Oh boy, look at this leaf. Just snuggles in behind the yellow.
Good shot for her. Could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, it looks like that one that's lined up for this side is a combination on the other one over the side, so she's just gonna go back. Back up here, really good weight.
This could be a costly error here. It's an easy opener for Anye.
Nice angle on the green. Just catches the back of the brown ball.
just didn't want to cannon into that blue. Had the right idea to get back into bulk, but
Yeah, this looks really straightforward starter ball. Stay right on the pink.
almost looks like a little practice routine. Almost
It
just have
does,
them
yeah.
nicely spaced out.
Yeah, everything pots.
Can't get ahead of yourself. Just gotta focus on one shot at a time when you're down on the shot.
Up. Yeah, pink again, unless you can draw. Yeah. Sometimes it's hard to tell the angles on the monitor.
Yeah, there's been many times where these players have proved me wrong.
Yeah.
They've got the best angle down on the shot. So Francis can tie the 43-point difference, but she's going to need Anya to miss this red.
Remember last year, this is the pocket that Mink had trouble with in one of the century breaks she made. Not this time, though, for Oni. Yeah, looks like she's going to put away another frame here.
31.
Yeah, that red should seal the deal. So Anya taking a commanding 2-0 advantage in this best-of-5 quarterfinal. She's one away from moving on to the semifinals, but that frame to win is always the toughest.
It certainly can be. Ooh, comes very close to the side pocket, making that black.
39.
Stay on that side, though, for the yellow. This is not easy. Very narrow angle into the corner pocket with the rest.
So break of 39 there, and there's a concession by Francis. So Anya takes that by a scoreline of 73-14 to increase her lead to 2-0 in the match.
There's a pillar in the way, though, so I can't see the rest of it. Oh, there might be two reds on the table. I'm standing up to have a look. Yeah, that's a very close game. And we're trying to get an update on the match with Anu and Mink. Okay, and also we do know that Mink is still just up 1-0. Bex is up 2-0. That we know. And here Francis has made 6 and left a red right over the pocket, but it does look like she has snookered on ye on it. She might have a red to go down the cushion to make it, though. It would be worth a try.
Kind of with a 2-frame advantage, you think, you're playing a little bit with house money, so you can kind of risk it a bit.
Yeah, even if you went a little wide, it looks like the pink might help you anyways. See how cleanly she hits this. Yeah, now the pink doesn't go and leaves another red over the hole. So she's going to take a shot at the blue, I think. Corner to corner. Yes, this red looks tight that she left over the corner with the pink nestled beside it.
That's nasty business over there.
Yeah, you'd want to be more down the black end of the table in order to really chew nicely on it. She is taking a shot at it. It may be easier than it looks. Yeah. And gets on the black. Not the most fun kind of shot, though.
Oh,
Black's off the rail a touch.
Referee Dave Daly was in good position just to make sure that she hit the correct ball first.
That was a beautiful strike. Francis goes up 14-1.
8.
That might be a costly miss.
It's hard to tell what's going on with that pink and black to the bottom right corner here.
Just hanging out like a bunch of kids on the playground.
Hanging out together.
So it looks like, Bex Ken is up 2-0 in her
Yes.
quarterfinal match over Molina Ortiz. Naratoya is still ahead 1-0 and leading in the second frame 32-27 over Tessa Davidson.
So that's tight. Looks like they're on the yellow in that frame. Unless there's a red behind the post.
Unfortunate miss there by Francis has left an easy starter for Anya to get in. Let's see what she can do with this.
Let's draw off the cushion.
8.
Yeah, gets herself an angle to maybe get into these reds. There are 3 other reds hanging out. 2 of them in not bad positions. The one between the yellow and the brown looks more difficult to get on. Oh yeah, she's got a nice angle on another one into the side pocket. She can fairly easily get back down on black. She is on the cushion, though. She's having a look at the angles here. There's nothing going in off the blue ball, is she?
I think that cushion was just a bit of an annoyance for her.
Probably.
So Francis could get to this red by the yellow pocket. It's a long shot.
Tess is on a run of 12 and now on the pink ball. She's at 41-32. This pink is her game ball.
Yes, for any updated scores, I think you can take a look at snookerscores.net and search out the winesellers.com U.S. Women's Snooker Open 2024. I'm glad you're tuning in wherever you find us. We're on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch TV. Search out Ox Billiards' channel. We've just seen in the second frame that Mink is up 42-39. Francis is not trying to force the issue, just going to take her medicine, run and hide.
It looks like Tessa and Nara are on the black ball in the second frame. And Tessa left a great long shot here. Double kiss. Did you have that red?
I think there's a gap in between part of the members of that family, as you allude to.
The family colors.
There's always a hole in a family somewhere. Oh.
Batting this black ball around. I'm referring to Nara and Tessa here. And Tessa potted it, so it's 1-1 in that match. In their race to, or not race to 5, best of 5.
Yeah, Marianne has a high level of attention on that because Tessa Davidson is her opponent in the seniors section of this tournament.
Mm-hmm. And an old friend.
So when you play tomorrow, you're going to be friends on the table?
Hell no. I'll just have to keep my head down, though. She's a very fine player. Yeah, I think after taking 10 years off, she has worked her way back up. I think she's in the top 10 in the ranking, in the world rankings.
I believe you are correct on that. Yep. She took time to raise some of her youngsters. Her admirable thing to do. But once snooker gets into you, it doesn't really let go.
I can attest to that. Now, Onyi's left a red over the corner pocket, but Francis is snookered on that one. There's plenty other reds hanging around, but only one of them pots. And it is not easy. Just trying to get in behind the brown, green. I think she's left it.
Yeah, valiant effort there by Francis. It was going to be tough. That pink is just right in the middle. So it's a real eye tester right there. You got to be really thin. I don't think she's going to entertain the idea of that.
Let's roll up to the brown here.
Maybe if we spice the pot a little bit with every pink ball pot in this tournament, $5 goes to breast cancer research. Maybe she would have thought differently.
Perhaps. It's not a bad idea.
We actually did it a few years ago with the shootout.
We did.
When Michaela Tabb came over and did some refereeing for the shootout tournament. Everyone was who wanted to get in. People would say, I think you had the option. You had $1, $5, $10. For every pink that goes in, it goes to breast cancer, and every black that went in went to prostate cancer research.
Very nice. Yes, let's see the red to the corner, or is she going to play it to the side? Very nice.
Yeah, corner was a lot tougher, but that pink is just sitting there, just waiting to find the bottom of the pocket.
She might be playing another one to the far corner. Mink and Anu taking a break, so perhaps we'll get an update on if it's 1-1 or 2-0 for Mink. Another one to the bottom of the pocket and back on the pink ball.
Just a little stun shot. She'll be on another red, so.
Yeah, there's 3 reds here to choose from, really. Just follow through. Just smoothing them in there. So we think we got an update that it's 1-1 Minkin on you.
That's impressive. I have not seen on you actually play in the tournament yet. But if you're able to take a frame on Mink, that's a job well done.
I played on you in my group and went 2-1. I did win a frame from her. She potted very well. She made a 45 break, something in that range, in the first frame. And I won the second frame by stealth.
Just squeaked it out.
Well, the final score was, I almost doubled her score.
Oh,
It was, in the range of 70 and 35, somewhere and around there. But I did keep her thinking.
That's good. They say it's a thinking person's game, but you don't like to be thinking too much.
No. I think Francis has got one ball to the side. One of these. When you up 21 with 2 reds left.
Nice effort there by Francis, but unfortunately she's left a red over the green pocket.
Green to the same pocket this time after that red. It was fairly easily made. Oh. Nearly self-inflicted there. This could be tight. Require a touch of swerve. No, she's queuing flat at it. A second look.
Oh, what a shot.
Beautiful. Just so smooth.
This will be her frame ball right here. If this black goes in, 4 snookers required. And I think the American shouldn't hang her head too low. She did give Onyee a little run for the money as much as it's a whitewash. Francis wasn't blown away in the water, so you got to take your licks. Good on Francis. When I first saw her, she was struggling a bit, but now here she is in the quarterfinals of a major championship.
She'll be back next year.
And she'll also be at the U.S. Nationals at Embassy
Nice.
Billiards come November.
That should be I think. Francis want to try
Also-
a couple of snookers, or what's going on?
He's coming back.
38 difference.
22 on the table. It's a tough task.
Blue's near the cushion. Brown is in a precarious spot. Gets pretty safe.
It's true. You're correct, Marianne. With that blue, there's a great little spot there if you can get a snooker in there.
Or in behind the black.
One problem, we're at the snookers required stage. You have to make many snookers. When snookers aren't required, you can accumulate a lot of penalty points, but you really got to earn it to get back into the frame when you're trailing.
Well, and you just potted the brown.
I think that's going to be the end of this tournament for Francis Cho. And I think, yeah, that there's a shake of the hands there, and that concludes that match. A whitewash victory there for An Yi. 3-0. She'll be back in the semifinals tomorrow, which will be kicking off at 10 a.m. Pacific time. Marianne McConnell, thank you very much for joining us in our booth, for your insight, your stories, your wisdom.
I didn't have very many stories today.
Well, there's a few anecdotes here and there, but tune into that framed podcast with Shabanon, and we'll. It's a great little listen to, so definitely find that where you find your podcasts. Good luck, Marianne, tomorrow.
Thanks so much.
In your final. I know all of Canada will be rooting for you against Tessa Davidson.